Hi, I'm Jen with Journey with Jen, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite cards. And these are the cards that I use in my coaching practice. This is one of my favorite concepts. It helped me personally quite a bit once I wrapped my little head around it. It took me a while, but I did finally wrap my head around it. The concept of the fuel tank is actually like a gas gauge here. And there's some key concepts on the back of this card I want to share. So this idea is based on the concept that we all run on energy, just like a car runs on gas. I have a husband that likes to keep the gas tank on about a 1/16 of a tank at all times. He hates to go fill it up. And so every time I get in his car, it's frustrating to me because that's where he just likes to live on the edge and push it to the limit. I get nervous if my truck gets less than half a tank and I'm going to the gas station because I don't want to be put in the position where I have somewhere to go and it's far away to help a friend, or something comes up that's unexpected and I have to go get gas first. That's going to at least take me an extra 15 minutes, and if it's that important that I need to get in there and go, I don't want to have to worry about anything like that. So people are the same way. We have this habit of either running down here or up, I should say up here on a high level, or we can run way down here. And this is really a habit. And this is really just like our MO. So then the piece that goes along with this that's real important is to realize that everything we do is either draining our tank or filling the tank. The people we choose to spend our time with, the activities we choose to do. And when we make a decision to do one activity, we have just cut off all options for that little time slot to do anything else. And so we need to be really careful with what we decide to commit to, what to put on our calendar and our scheduling books if we live by a planner. And if we do live by a planner, it might be a good idea to just block off some time that's open, where we can just feel into ourselves and what our needs are at that time, and fill that accordingly with things that fill the gas tank instead of emptying it. For me, most of the time when I have a commitment on my calendar, it's going to be involving other people and what their needs are and my skill set in helping them reach their goals. Either that, or it's going to be signing in to work and putting in some hours. And again, that is service oriented for me. Or it's going to be commitments that I have, responsibilities to take care of things. So with this in mind, everything that we say yes to blocks the opportunities, infinite opportunities to do other things. Just think about that for a bit. Just think about the things that are on your calendar for tomorrow. How many of those things are going to fill your tank and how many of those things are going to empty them? Did you have any open spaces in there that you can actually schedule open time where you can purposely fill up your gas tank, especially after something that might be specifically super extra draining for you? Like if you're an introvert like me, that might be any activity that involves a group of people or strangers or something new that you haven't done before. Maybe a party that you're going to, or meeting new people, or spending time with your friends and their friends are invited. So the opposite is also true. When we say no to one thing, we have opened up all of the possibilities of things that we can do. So when we say no to one thing, we're actually saying yes to ourselves. Everything that we do is going to be a drain or a recharge for our internal battery. Really bringing consciousness to this idea can keep us running at a higher level rather than feeling like we're running on empty all the time. When we need to ask ourselves also, when we are choosing to say yes to something, this is sometimes just happens unconsciously by not saying no. We all have those people in our lives that are going to assume that we're going to be there for them. And if we don't adamantly say, no, I'm not going to do that, or no, I can't do that, they're going to assume that we can, or at least guilt trip us when we act like we never said that we were going to do that. We never committed, but you didn't say you were not going. And so choosing ourselves over others enough to keep our tank full is huge. Also, I mentioned this a couple of times, so I just want to point it out. Where do we run? Some people let this get down to a little bit empty, and then we fill it up again. A little bit empty, and fill it up again. And some people go way, and we swing, and then we go way up to here, and we swing way down to here. And then, or some of us just stay over here on the empty side, where we're drained, and we give, and we give, and we give, and sometimes we crash. And then we really have to shut down and heal before we can do anything. So this is also about taking care of ourselves first. We can't help anybody else until our tank is full. And when you get in the plane, they talk about the oxygen mask goes on yourself first. That's pretty basic logic, but in a pressure situation, especially if you're a giving person, you're going to want to help somebody, and you're not going to be in the habit necessarily of running up here on full all the time. You're not going to think of helping yourself first, but that really needs to be a habit, so that especially if you're a sensitive person or you're a giver by nature, you really got intention to stay up here on a regular basis, and that needs to be your norm. Okay. Unique things that fill our tanks. We're all individuals, and we all have unique things that we love, our hobbies that are our passions in life. If we don't get enough time with these, for example, if you're an artist and you don't get enough time to be creative, you're going to be drained. So that's one example. For me, it's gardening, or spending time in nature, or spending time with the animals that I love, or that I take care of. That refuels my tank. It grounds me, and I have that scheduled on a regular committed time slot in my calendar at least 2 to 3 times a week, where I have at least a block of 3 hours for myself. And in that block of time, it's not scheduled tight. I have a general concept of what I want to accomplish that day, if it goes that way, and if things are working my way and it's realistic. And I have a feel for my horse that he's up for it. I'm always willing to be flexible with that and just go with the flow. Okay, last piece of this. Do others judge us for needing the things that we need, or for needing them too often? As an introvert myself, I need a lot of downtime. Like, you'd be surprised how much sleep and rest and just quiet recovery time I need to function way up here. Okay? Most people can live on 4 hours of sleep, and they're way up here. But if I did that, I'd be way over here. And it wouldn't be pretty, and it wouldn't be graceful, and it wouldn't be myself. I'd be crabby. I can think of other words that come up I don't want to use. But yeah, that'd be true. I would fit those words. And I choose not to be that way. I know what I need. Nobody else is in my skin with me. No one else is going to feel the pain I feel if I let myself get down here. And if I do, guess what? Whose fault is that? Nobody's but mine. I got to own that. So this is also my credit to myself. When I take care of myself and my wellness, and I'm functioning up here, I can take credit for that. Thank you very much. Yes, I did that. Thank you very much. All right. What happens if what we need in our life is not a want, but actually a need? This is a really important part of this whole concept, because we're all different as individuals. And for example, my husband loves to watch Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie. And that drains me. Fills his tank, drains mine. Anything that's loud, chaotic, movie soundtracks, action movie soundtracks especially, drains my battery quicker than anything. Chaos, agony, pain, war, action movies. That's not peaceful to me. And for me, things that are peaceful fill my tank. Now, I can respect that he needs that excitement, that adrenaline rush. That actually fills up his tank and calms him down. If he doesn't have that adrenaline release and that kind of vicarious living experience where he can relax and just do that vicariously, then it's going to happen. It's going to happen in real life. He's going to create it. Guess what? Because it's not a want, it's a need. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, is knowing that what we want to do to recharge isn't actually a desire but a need. Another part of that is, guess what? If we don't feel a need, it's going to get filled in maybe a not conscious way, or a negative way, or a way that people are going to go like, whoa, where did that come from? So accepting the things that are important to us, the unique things that fill our gas tank, is super, super key to staying up here and functioning at our highest capacity. So good luck this week with implementing this concept, knowing where you're at, where is your fuel gauge, check it out, make your decisions consciously, and leave me a message in the comments. Let me know if this helped you or what your favorite part was. What fills your tank, what drains it, share with me. If that is because you are an introvert, an extrovert, why you think that's so. And if you want to see any other concepts, or if you have a better idea for an icon for this besides the gas tank, let me know, because this is always flexible. And yeah, that was one of my favorite concepts. Helped me out quite a bit. Living intentionally. Hope that helps you too. Bye.